A historic deal has just been signed in France, one that could reshape the future of the Pacific. After 10 days of tense negotiations near Paris, French President Emmanuel Macron announced that New Caledonia, a French overseas territory rocked by separatist violence in 2024, will now be recognized as a state of New Caledonia, yet still remain within the French Republic. Macron called it a bet on trust, and for good reason. This new arrangement follows decades of political struggle and 3 failed referendums on independence, all of which rejected a full break from France. The most recent, in 2021, was boycotted by pro-independence Kanak groups, citing the disproportionate impact of COVID-19 on their communities. Now, with tensions still fresh from last year's deadly riots, which killed 14 people and slashed 10% off the territory's GDP, France and New Caledonia's leaders are trying a new path: autonomy without separation. So what's in the deal? The new agreement creates a constitutional category, the State of New Caledonia, that will be embedded in the French constitution. It introduces a form of dual nationality, allowing residents to be both New Caledonian and French. Importantly, it restricts voting rights to people who have lived on the islands for at least 10 years. A direct response to Kanak fears that demographic shifts could permanently sideline their political voice. This compromise is what France's overseas minister, Manuel Valls, called an intelligent balance. It gives New Caledonia more control over its internal affairs, while maintaining its legal and political link to Paris. But not everyone sees it as a fair deal. Indigenous Kanaks, who make up about 40% of the population, have long called for full independence, citing centuries of colonial control since France annexed the islands in the mid-1800s. Many of them see this statehood within France as a symbolic gesture rather than true sovereignty. Still, some see hope in economic recovery. The agreement includes a plan to revitalize the territory's struggling nickel industry, a key economic pillar. Is one of New Caledonia's most valuable resources, but last year's unrest shut down major operations and scared off investors. France, through this pact, is promising not just political reform, but financial aid and infrastructure renewal. Macron's government hopes this will stabilize the archipelago and reduce the push for independence by offering tangible progress. Yet the road ahead is far from certain. The agreement must still be approved by both chambers of France's parliament later this year. And perhaps more crucially, it will be put to a public referendum in New Caledonia in 2026. That vote could reopen old wounds or seal a new era of cooperation. At stake is more than just New Caledonia's future. This is about how France and other former colonial powers navigate autonomy, identity, and sovereignty in a world still shaped by imperial legacies. Will this State of New Caledonia model hold? Or will it reignite the flames of independence,